Very well, Senators. We're going to take comments on the statements. I will only allow 2 comments. We will start with Senator Gloria.
Thank you, Speaker, for this opportunity. I would like to comment on Senator Onyonka's statement, and he had, I think, about 3 statements on touching on Kissi County and the operations of Kissi County, Mr. Speaker. In one of the statements, Senator Onyonka was highlighting issues in terms of the HR, the human resource of Kissi County. And in his statement, he has given a list of about 40 plus employees, most of them being chief officers from the previous county government that have been fired, some who resigned, and I think others have been transferred. Mr. Speaker, I know that it is in our duty as the senators and as the upper house to ensure that devolution is working. However, Mr. Speaker, I want to point out that the issue that we are having in Kissi County is not lack of leadership. I think we are also not understanding how county governments were set to work. For instance, any new government that comes in on the county level, we are guided by the County Government Act, Mr. Speaker. And if you look at Section 30, 31, 45, and 46, it clearly stipulates that once a new county government comes into place, then the governor has the powers to ensure that he gets a team that can deliver to the people. And therefore, some of the questions that were on the first statement highlighting that it could be, or maybe insinuating that we could have a problem of people being fired illegally, are actually based on no specific facts that are there, Mr. Speaker. I have confirmed that the 40 plus employees are most of them are chief officers from the previous county government. Some of them are people who served with the former governor. So therefore, I don't see a problem there. However, something should be there.
One moment, Gloria. What is your point of order, Mwinihaji?
I've listened to the comments from Senator Orwoba, and it is my humble opinion that those comments should be directed to the committee that will be dealing with this statement at the time the committee sits, because she's sort of contradicting what the request for the statement was made by Senator Onyonka. Thank you.
Gloria, I hope you're guided.
Mr. Speaker, I'm guided. However, I am also guided by the same standing orders that we have of this floor, that I can contribute and add my voice to a statement that has been read. I come from Kissi County. I'm very sure that Senator Faki does not come from Kissi County. And so as I comment and I contribute, these are some of the things that you should take, if you are in that committee, to consider, Mr. Speaker. However, I'm well guided. Mr. Speaker, I want to also highlight, and in my comments, Mr. Speaker, Kissi County has had a history of ghost workers, and this was from the previous county government. It is an issue that has been highlighted in the Labor Committee. It is an issue that has been highlighted even in this House. And Mr. Speaker, some of the questions that Senator Onyonka has raised should be looked into. But what I'm trying to say, Mr. Speaker, is as we are playing oversight and we are coming to highlight issues of the county, because we are the ones who come from those counties, so we know what is happening there. We should also be able to guide the House within the framework, the legal framework, and we are guided by the County Government Act, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there has been a highlight of, and this is a very, very important issue. Senator Onyonka highlighted that indeed we have had as Kissi County 2 financial year budgets, what he claims have been disqualified. The controller of budget has raised certain issues within those budgets that were there. That is true, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, in my own opinion, I think Kissi County is lacking capacity within the Ministry of Finance to be able to draft budgets that are guided with our laws. So, Mr. Speaker, when we say that we have had, I think he talked about over 200 million Kenya shillings worth of transactions that have been voided by IFMIS, Mr. Speaker. When a transaction is voided by IFMIS, it is not a county government official who voids the transaction. I think we all know that sometimes when we have problems, for instance, there is an error, then IFMIS and the officers on the other side will be forced to actually void the transaction. So what we should be asking is, can we be given the reasons of the voided transactions? Because you can have even more than 1,000 transactions voided, not because you are doing any corrupt dealings, but because you don't have the capacity to do the right thing. And I think if we have accountants in the house, they will tell you a small error can actually cause the controller of budget to disqualify, quote unquote, a budget. Mr. Speaker, it is indeed true that we have I'm trying to get the exact figure. It is true that we have 5.4 billion Kenya shillings that is domiciled now in the CRS account, Mr. Speaker. But that is because you cannot spend money against a budget that already has been disqualified, so to speak, by the controller of budget. It's an issue of the chicken or the egg. So what I sense that is happening, because as well, if you have two budgets that you have fronted, that have been approved and by the county assembly and fronted, but have been disqualified by the control of budget, the control of budget gives you a reason. They might say, maybe you have exceeded the spending percentage of human resource or whatever. There is a reason. So what I see is happening with this issue of Kissi County having money that we are unable to spend, if you ask me, based on the facts that I am presenting, is that we lack, or that team in particular, and it is something that I want to call upon the governor, we are lacking capacity. Because, you know, if you've made one wrong decision on a budget, there is no way again you repeat the wrong decision. So if the control of budget is highlighting all these things that are being done wrong, then we need to now, in fact, the Senate Committee on Finance and Devolution should probably go and carry out a capacity building to the team that is involved there. That is how we are supposed to assist to ensure that devolution is working. But otherwise, the 5.4 billion is domiciled in the CRS account. And if you know how county assemblies work, that money is within the county assembly. And as soon as we figure out the issue of the red flags that are being highlighted by the control of budget, then we should be able to spend that. Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by saying that the issue of employees, both on national and particularly on county level, we have governors who, towards the end of their term,